Good morning, everyone. Guess where I'm back? I'm back at the airport again, and this time I'm going to be flying Japan Airlines. I have just checked into Japan Airlines flight number 67 on board a 787-9, departing at 1:30. The flight route is a little bit interesting. They're deciding they're going to avoid the volcanic smoke, so I'm going to get there and only have about an hour and a half at Narita Airport to spare. So what is now going to happen is I'm going to make my way down. For those that are not aware, TSA Pre on the south side used to be over in checkpoint 1 that has now become checkpoint number 2 for general screening. TSA Pre has now gone downstairs to the international arrivals level, and I'm going to show you that real quickly through here. Normally you'd get through that, but because we're going internationally, it has now, as you will see, gone down to the first level, which is a new feature of this airport. Here we've got an overwing seat. I've got 3 windows. Yes, so seat 9K has 3 windows. Fantastic. All right, so now to preview through the seat a little bit, we've got a touch panel. We've got also our main screen, which is quite big. There's also power. You can have your in-flight dialing, the home screen, and then this is where you go and store all of your in-flight instructions, as well as the Sky Shop, and I'll see if I can go and take the magazine along with me. We've got a lot of undersheet stowage, a ton of leg room. I'm 6 foot on. I mean, this is going to extend all the way out, and then yeah, don't sit here. This is definitely not good enough to sit on. And then we've got ourselves a standard charging, as well as the USB-A charging port. Although looks of it, it's okay. It's in decent condition. We'll preview through the touch screen here of the seat controls. This is where you go and plug in the headphones, as well as an additional light leading to the back. I believe this clicks in and out. I've got oh no, this is an electronic control divider. My bad. I'll share with you the amenity kit a little bit later in the flight. And then, yeah, we've got this aisleway for us to go in and out, as well as a coat hanger up there. That's the seat in general. This is quite an interesting layout. Definitely try to go and hit the window seat here if you can. The interior seats are a little bit on the smaller side, but they're also very functional. But the space is very good for those that are length in terms of the size of the passengers, but not as much width. So when I go and compare to a 787 business class currently, I'd say this seat is superior to that, but compared to the room, this is smaller than that. But again, these are 2 competing Japanese airlines, and I would say the seats so far, the seat cushioning is maybe a little bit more on the firm side, but I am kind of a pseudo medium firm person, so we'll go and experiment that out a little bit. For right now, going to go and enjoy the length that I have here of this seat, and also film with us the overall takeoff of this beautiful 787 that is going to take us to Tokyo Narita. Alright, the towel service has come in, and we have a fantastic towel. Now, I've already wiped off my face here, but hot towels are always nice. To show around a little bit more of the kit, We've also got slippers, got, of course, their blanket, which I placed on the side, and then the pillow. To show what it looks like more accordingly when it's actually set up, there it is across with the adjacent seat. As you can see, you've got the seat divider that's there. I'll go ahead and pull that up as well. So that's controlled here with this button. And I think this goes up all the way, yeah. So now when you go and look at it, right, it's quite the private experience, and with all the leg room, yeah, that's a really nice private experience. Now, one negative thing I'm already thinking about, where's the storage space? So for the window seats, it's right behind you. I'm a little bit worried about security when it comes to that. Now, for those that are curious about, well, what about for the people that are sitting in the aisles? The aisle seats have this storage bin right there, as you can see. That's a little bit more secure. I kind of wish they had something like that, but the way how they configured these staggered seatings in the 787, yeah, the plus is that you got a lot of windows, but the storage is above you. So, again, you're going to hear me do a lot of comparisons to ANA because ANA, in my opinion, is kind of that standard. Now, to get the tray table working, I had to go and literally pull up the manual that was there to figure this out. But these seats here, they have this table, and you go and push up. Similar to some of the other products that I've seen in the twin aisle, or actually not twin aisle, single aisle narrow body seats. This does rotate all the way. It's just my plug outlet is kind of in the way for the moment. The seat, this table can go in and out and rotate. So that's actually quite nice. And then to store it away, you simply latch back in and click back into place. What else is here? Again, this is not quite the same stowage space, but you can store stuff underneath there. That's probably where you're going to have the shoes and stuff. Then, as we get to the main screen, I'll talk about the in-flight entertainment in a little bit here, the coat hanger rack, and of course the amenity kit, as I mentioned earlier. I would say you can only operate either this touchscreen or this one. And you can power it on or off. I think I'm probably going to end up using the bigger screen here because that's, in my opinion, is probably the way to go. And you can go and toggle this accordingly. Then we have the lights. The light switch is over here where you can toggle the reading light or this midnight light, which I believe is going to be configured in a little bit. I'll go and put this seat back once we get towards the bedding configuration, and there's actually a mattress pad that is located in the overhead compartment, so that's for a little bit later when I go and take about a 2 to 3 hour nap because it's going to be a long journey over to Taiwan. We have just crossed over the Pacific Ocean now, leaving the Washington State coast, and that is your seat in a nutshell. I would say this is a very nice seat. Is it the nicest business class seat I've had? Probably not, but it is a very competitive seat, especially compared to what ANA currently has to offer on their 787 routes over to Seattle until ANA launches their new room seating. This actually may be the way to go, at least if you're flying from Seattle with the several options that you have over to Tokyo. Let's go through the amenity kit. As we can see here, this is a collaboration with Herbaloney, which I'm not sure the brand of that accordingly. Now we gotta pop open the zipper. The brute force way. Inside, what do we have here? Ooh, what's this? You don't get this in an amenity kit. It's a pop-up stand for your phones. And it's got like anti-slip. That's cool. That's rad. And just probably some coupon or, yep, explanation. We've got eye masks. The toothbrush and toothpaste, probably a sustainable brand here. Yep. And then we've got earplugs. How about this? An iPhone cable. Japan Airlines branded. That's pretty rad. Too bad for the Android users. That's not going to help you. Tissues. And then this cream. I think it's just a moisturizing cream. And there you have it. That's your amenity bag. The inside logo. But how cool is this? You don't get stands in an amenity kit. That's rad. And of course, extra cables. I can always use an extra cable. You will get no complaints from me there, although I probably have too many for now. Unless these are removable. I was wrong. You can plug in a USB-C so your Android devices can also work with this. That's rad. That's really, really cool. So this kit is just from this and this alone, it's plus compared to most other airlines. Yeah, so there's your one up. That is your amenity kit. A very nice one indeed. One thing I will say is I wish there was a little bit better utilization of storage or just shelving space, because what I just pointed to there is not the most efficient use of space. I mean, it's great to have a shelf, but when are you ever going to use it in flight? Just a little quirk. First world problems, as you call it, but for a product, I would have expected a little better utilization. But you've got this front shelf here, which is really going to make up for most of it. But again, you could probably make this seat a little bit wider and tuck this in a little. Just a few thoughts, but what am I to complain about? We're only even like 15 minutes into the flight here, and I'm already starting to go away. Let's talk about the in-flight entertainment. This is a little bit of a tricky one, and I still am trying to figure this out. For those that are used to Thales entertainment systems for interiors, please hit me up. I'd love to know how they went and designed this, because it is not the most intuitive thing. We've got our control panel, and I'm going to mention this very importantly because the control panel is what controls everything. So you can control how bright or how dim the screen is. You can also control volume. So I am controlling the screen brightness. Let me turn down a few windows here to show the dramatic effect. So on the low setting versus the high setting. Right? You can control sound. You can also control left and right from there. You can pan around, right, to go and see where it is that you're going, and then plus and minus, zoom in, more zoom out. Again, not the most intuitive control. You have to control using this controller. This is not a touchscreen. That's the sad thing. This is where we've gotta have to say, I mean, you can touch these, but you can't touch the actual screen itself. Like this screen, one thing they could do is make this a touch screen. In fact, they really should do that. Anyways, going back, man, I'm being harsh today, and that's not my intention. It's just to point out, hey, here's a few quirks that you need to do. You can also entertain and go through the different entertainment options, which includes the in-flight shopping, which again is controlled through the controller, right? And from this, then you touch the left and right buttons accordingly. Click the back button, then you can look at the meal and a drink. So that I think is for a la carte. Flight information, entertainment. There's actually a good amount of selection on here. It's just not easy to access because I like having a bigger touch screen, like with a lot of other airlines doing. But I think I'll probably just get used to this system, but as I've mentioned, I really wish that they could go and have this as a touchscreen. I know I keep harping on it, but all the other airlines are doing it, so why doesn't Japan Airlines do the same thing? But again, let's just go through the Hollywood movies here. And again, you can view everything through the touchscreen here, but it doesn't change the other screen there. Seems like a pretty good selection. A lot of Japanese movies, which I will actually watch quite a few. I'm going to watch Porco Rosso, because why not? And I really think I should. And, of course, my animation. So yeah, the entertainment screen is certainly not the most accessible, but the options are there. It's once you get to be familiar with the system, then it becomes easier to go and navigate around. But again, make this a touch screen. Okay, let's talk about the little bit of an Amuse. Got nuts. They're trying to appeal to the American passenger for these olives. And of course the JL peach and grape drink mix. It's kind of like a similar equivalent to the ANA's kabusu. Let's go and give this peach drink a try. Wow, that's really sweet, but it's just like the kabusu. It's delicious. Great way to start the business trip here. So, the cashews, a little bit on the soft side, but it's very serviceable, very much like a trail mix. I thought there. In terms of, there's more moisture in this, not as crunchy, but still delicious. I mean, you can't go wrong with snack mix. Now the olives. Delicious. Really good. I like these olives. Then again, I do like olives in general, so yeah, good start. Here we have the main menu dishes. This is the Washoku, or the Japanese cuisine. Let's just bring it around here just to give you a frontal view. How pretty does that look? And of course, the Jow crane. The crane is here for the chopsticks. So you just lay it on the side, and there you go. It's just like that. Just these nice accent tones, right? I don't know if you can see that on the camera. The red gel color scheme. And of course, Yamazaki 12-year whiskey. How good is that? Let's take a sip of this first, because I'm excited. Just as I know Yamazaki, minimum standard of fantastic whiskey. When I say minimum standard, it's a really, really, really high minimum standard. Bottom right, which is steamed chicken and summer vegetables with garlic soy sauce. So I wonder what this sauce is like here. Interesting. This glaze is definitely on the saltier side. There's more, it's a sharp taste. That is really interesting. But really good. Yeah, I can enjoy that. The sauce is a little bit strong in my opinion, but yeah, that's a really good sauce. Next here, on this side, with the steamed mackerel with ginger. So, mackerel is a common fish in Japan. It's a common staple food. Delicious. Really good. I'll eat the broccoli a little bit later. Next we have shrimp and vegetables in a kind of a vinegary sauce. Do the vegetables first here. Just fantastic. And we got the shrimp. It's fried in tempura batter. Fantastic, delicious as well. And all been hits. And the crab, I think it's imitation crab. It's a crab salad with, I forgot what jelly this is. I feel like I've had this before. Fantastic again. So good. Like, really good. I love it so far. And of course, unagi in kind of a, what do you call this? Shoot. Yep, burdock root. Now, I cook burdock root at home, and yeah, burdock root, when you cook it well, you cook it long enough with soy sauce, it's fantastic. Let's see how this is. Oh yeah, it hits home. Pair unagi with burdock root. Excellent. That's why I love Japanese cuisine. Just the flavors pop out. This is the dainamono, which is their main course. And in the center here, we have chicken meatballs with a sashi sauce, which I think is a type of soy. Then we got glazed salmon and asparagus. Wonder where that influence came from. Austria? I jest. What's in here is steamed rice. You might ask, why in this? That's just the way how they do it in business class. It's an airline thing. In Japan, you just serve this out normally. I love pickled vegetables. One of my favorite things about Japanese cuisine is the types of pickled vegetables that you have are just fantastic. So much so I already have a bite. Just hits the spot. And then a miso soup. So let's unwrap the rice. Gohan. If I recall, this is koshi hikari rice, which is a type of grain that's grown in specifically in Japan. All right, let's go and try these chicken meatballs. It's a fusion of Japanese and Western cuisine. And this sauce goes well with rice. Right. Fantastic. Just delicious. Need to dip everything in the sauce. Asparagus is good. Now for the salmon. Very nice. Well done. And more pickled vegetables. Just amazing. And then for the miso soup. Overall, main dish of Dainomono here. One thing I haven't had yet, the mushrooms. Just so flavorful. I love the way how this is. It's fantastic. Although I would say this portion is probably less of a Japanese meal. But it kind of doesn't matter because it's just so good anyways. Yeah, well done here. Well done. Alright, we have a mango pudding. That's here. And nice hot green tea, which is always a fantastic way to end a meal service. So, then we've got a nice white towelette to go and wipe off anything else. Although, they still haven't collected these. Although I'm probably going to show it up on there later. So, let's go with the hot tea first. This is definitely a strong green tea flavor, but the caffeine will help to balance out. It's going to conflict with the alcohol that's in the system from the Yamazaki. But yeah, this has been a pleasurable dinner experience, our main course experience, excuse me. But then, let's go and try out this mango pudding. Oh, it's got this cream underneath. Let me show this to you. So there's this cream on the bottom. So yeah, let's go and have a little bit of a bite. That is fantastic as a way to go and end on a very light note. It's not a heavy dessert, definitely very sweet, but this cream filling is not heavy at all. It's just nice and light and really good. So there you have it. That's your meal. That's the main course service. There's also additional a la carte menu items, which you'll probably have seen from some of the screenshots that I have shown throughout the entirety of the menu. Hello everyone, here's the Lou review of Japan Airlines, and we've got a guard as well as some simple toothbrush and toothpaste that's underneath here. And then we've got kind of a standard bathroom here. It is well kept, it's really clean. It's quite spacious as well. And there you have it. Very simple layout, nothing too special here, but again, a really clean loo. We've got the bedding now set up with the wall up as well. Show you around to the space underneath the seat as well. A lot of room. A little bit of a gap there, but I think there's a little bit more room. Originally thought these partitions would not go down, but they do go down if you go into bed mode. And from the lie down view, just to see for myself, there's an incredible amount of space. Definitely more than a shoulder width apart. I mean, this is quite a spacious fly flat configuration. In fact, I mean, I'm a 5'11" and going up here all the way through to there. But I have plenty of room. There's plenty of room to go. There's plenty of room to go and move around in the space, and it's actually quite comfortable, not gonna lie. It's a more than usable space, and as you can see from just the surrounding, this is actually quite a breathable surface, similar to what other similar products like what ANA has in their business class suite. It's quite a private setup as we go and shine the light through to the other side. So that's the bed configuration. Lie flat, blankets underneath. I'm just lying on top of it because, well, that's what happened. So I'm going to try to get maybe 2 hours of sleep, and I'll let you know how that nap feels. But so far, so good in terms of this soft product here with the lie flat. So see you in a few hours, and then we'll try some of the a la carte menu. Alright, so gone around 2.5 hours of a nap, actually more like 2, and we're going to be sampling what the a la carte menu is. We've got ourselves some of the ramen, as you see here, and then we also got the Jow recommended braised chicken and vegetables with steamed rice, and then a little fruit plate on the side. Kind of minuscule on the fruit, but it's very similar, right, that you'll also see with other a la cartes. So dim the light a little bit because don't want to bother too many people, but I'm going to try the noodles here. It's interesting. It's good flavor. It's definitely a miso ramen that it tastes pretty good. Just like when you would get with the typical ramen that they just go and open from the pack and then they just put in a nice bowl, you know. Similar to a lot of the other airlines that I've seen. So this is pretty typical of a recommendation. Tons of noodles. Let's try this braised chicken. I want to taste what these vegetables are like as well. This braised chicken is really tasty. Look. There's a lot of flavor in it. And then the vegetables certainly pack a punch as well. Yeah, that's delicious. That and then the quail egg as well. Oh yeah. That's a really good in-flight snack to go with. So I'd say these two choices are really good. Let's see how the fruit is. At least the pineapple is juicy. See, a lot of times with airlines, they'll cut and put the dry portion. Not here. And the melon is also the same, where also juicy, not it's not dry, and it's actually quite flavorful. So great job on their part here, because a lot of airlines make the mistake when they go and make fruit, they have it on the drier portions like you would get in the supermarket. Not here. This is good. So that's quick in-flight service meal. Pretty good so far. I'll probably get another glass of water, see if I can get a bottle of water, and we'll go from there. Okay, everybody. They ran out of the Washoku, so I just went with the international cuisine for the pre-arrival meal. So what we have here, you can also view this on the a la carte menu, is a crab cake with herb risotto as well as some bacon on the side. And then we've got a yogurt, and then of course a piece of bread with butter. So we're gonna give the crab risotto a try here. See how international cuisine tastes like on Japan Airlines. Honestly, it's maybe a little dry, but I think a lot of risottos tends to be a little bit dry as well. But the flavor is there. Have that on top with a little bit of the risotto, I think helps out quite a bit from a moisture perspective. But this is good. I think the vegetables are probably going to clash with this a little bit, but it's fairly good. I wouldn't say this is the best risotto, but it's definitely more than serviceable. I think it's an honest try at a crab risotto, but crab risotto is kind of hard to do, so I think this is an honest effort here, to be fair. Then got a little bit of this yogurt. This is a plain yogurt, which I actually prefer. It's good that they don't add any additional sugar to this yogurt. Let me give it one more taste. Yeah. It is a plain type of yogurt, which for a health fanatic like me, I really appreciate that. Like, I can taste it is a good yogurt here. And then the bread. I think this is some sort of a raisin bread here. The bread is moist. It's really good. I was expecting something drier, but honestly, there's a lot of flavor in that. And there's raisins. The raisins, I think, add to the moisture to this, so this is a very good choice here. So, yeah, overall, I'd say an okay meal. Feels, I'd say the risotto is hard to do, but then the yogurt and the bread, of course, make up for kind of a pseudo breakfast, but not really a breakfast variety. And that is your pre-landing meal. So there is one thing I have not figured out yet, and that's this. So I'm going to open this up to see what this is about. I think these are like the in-use pajamas, but as you've seen from a few of the previous segments, I brought my own Lufthansa set with me. Oh, so this is more like, you know, a comfort top, maybe? Yeah, this has kind of like a robe texture to it. Honestly, I don't know if I would have personally worn this, but it's quite a unique thing. So, my opinion is if you're going to offer something equivalent to this, go and have full pajamas. But if you didn't bring your own PJs and wanted to stay warm on a long flight like this, these are absolutely more than serviceable. You know, I actually might just wear this on just for a try. It definitely is, yeah, it's definitely very comfortable, and it's pretty warm, but hey, if you're going to take a nap or something and want to wear this on top of a shirt, absolutely is very serviceable. So that's what this top robe is about. Want to add that in as an extra thing that Japan Airlines offers. I am now stateside, aka a ship side, on the ground here in Narita Airport. I just wanted to give a quick recap as to how the flight went. Overall, I thought it was a really good experience. You probably have heard me do my little bit of nitpicks around the aircraft in terms of compartment space and a few just minor details. It's the small things that add up, in my opinion, of this that prevents it, I think, from becoming really competitive along with the likes of ANA and some of the other top airlines in the world. But it is still a fantastic airline, in my opinion. The crew were fantastic. The service is on point, albeit, I think, in my opinion, the main course servings, I think, probably could have been a little faster, but again, that's really nitpicking here. I mean, when you call the attendant button, I mean, it was on top of it. So service was overall excellent. The seat itself was pretty good. The in-flight entertainment, the system itself, I think, really needs to be rethought as it relates to the user interface, which once you kind of got around to understanding how it works, it works a lot better. But before that, though, I really wish that they had touch screens on the big screen, because that makes a huge difference from a UI, and it just makes the experience a little bit more enjoyable from the entertainment perspective. The aisleway getting into the seats, I thought, was a little bit more on the narrow side, but if you're sitting, at least when you're going towards a window, but if you go and sit towards the aisles, you have direct access, that's not an issue. Yeah, food was excellent. I mean, it's fantastic, although the international course that I had is because they ran out of the Japanese offering, so I wasn't expecting a whole round with that, but it was still a good offering, a real honest effort in my opinion. So there you have it. I'm now just hanging around here for a little bit before I head into the Sakura Lounge, which will be the next video that you will see from me. So that is the review video, and if you like and enjoy this, then please go and hit that subscribe button down below for me. Leave a comment down below. Have you flown on Japan Airlines before, on their business class, on their staggered business class configuration for their 787 product, or for their other product? I believe they have some A350s also coming. I'd love to know. Also hit the bell notification down that way to get the latest updated as well as videos that I go and post. I'm gonna try to get this one out here in the next couple of days, but we'll see because I'm on business travel. So that takes priority and other things take priority. Until the next one, Yoshi out.